Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Liam touches a nerve when Lee demands that Jack take a paternity test. Steffi asks Finn what's on his mind at the Cliff home. He claims that he is becoming aware of how much he hasn't dealt with in relation to his parents' divorce. Everything happens so fast. Steffi inquires as to whether he believes they have a chance to reconcile. It worked out for her parents, she notes, even though her father wasn't always faithful. Finn believes his mother will never be able to trust his father again. B&B Steffi Finn. Lee hisses at Jack to quit gaslighting her in her workplace. You too. Jack reassures her that what she's implying never occurred, saying, I'm not an idiot. If he has no shame, Lee asks. He ought to be honest for once in his life. Are you the father of Luna? Lee doesn't believe either Jack or Poppy when they deny it. She claims that Jack and one of his mistresses had another kid together, but this time it was her sister. Luna is hiding at Bill's house while Liam bemoans the fact that his father isn't acting like himself. He goes on a tirade about locking the door and withdrawing inside the estate. Bill laughs at this, but Liam begs him to speak with him. It's very Howard Hughes. Am I correct? Does this relate to the events involving Luna and Poppy? Luna B&B. Liam isn't attempting to pry. Although Bill acknowledges that Will was present and asked the same questions, he believes he is being nosy. Luna smiles as she lurks. According to Liam, his sibling is perceptive and aware of what is happening. Bill acknowledges that his boys care about him, but he insists they don't have to worry about him. It is not something he takes for granted. So, am I right? Liam insists he lost Luna, which he believed to be his property. Is Luna involved? He tells his father that she tricked him into believing he had a daughter. Bill is making an effort to stop thinking negatively. Considering that Luna killed 2 people, kidnapped Steffi, and attempted to implicate her mother, Liam laughs at the phrase negative thinking. She's in jail, which is a wonderful thing. The scars on his father's face are still visible to Liam. Perhaps, shrugs Bill. I don't know. Liam claims that even though he had Luna live there, he can still sense her presence in the living room. I have everything under control, Bill adds sternly. For closure, Liam begs his father to visit Luna in prison. Jack informs his ex-wife in Lee's office that there was no incident between him and Poppy. Poppy also denies it. Lee doesn't believe it. Jack is adamant that he would not cross this line. Lee remembers that when Poppy arrived, she was working 24-hour shifts. All of a sudden, they spent every night at home by themselves with Finn. Jack tells her that he was also slammed at work. Poppy is accused by Lee of taking advantage of her husband. She sounds weird, Jack says. He may dispute it all he wants, Lee says. We will discover the truth today. Lee Poppy Jack B&B. Finn informs Steffi at the Cliff home that his father made a huge mistake. Given the suffering he has caused his mother, it is difficult to look him in the eye. Since she found out about Sheila, his thoughts are with her. Steffi inquires as to whether he believes Jack deceived Lee by having affairs. Finn has discovered that everything is possible when he is with his father. I have no response. I hope not. However, would I be shocked if my dad had an affair with someone else and cheated on my mom? No. At Bill's house, Liam is aware that his father dislikes showing his emotions, but he also knows that he desired a daughter and Luna deceived him by using a different paternity test. She then killed her real father by burning him. Bill is not interested in repeating this. Liam says he would find some closure if he saw Luna in prison. But I'm good, Bill says, thanking him for raising a fuss. He assures Liam that he has work to accomplish. Liam moves to the door while Luna scurries away. You never know what crazies are around, he says, asking his father to lock the door behind him. Bill does so and then informs Luna that it was a near miss. He dislikes keeping things from his children. Luna acknowledges that hearing Liam mention her made her feel a little depressed. Bill reiterates that Tom is her father and that she deceived him. Bill Liam B&B. Jack tells his ex-wife at Lee's office that he hoped she was softening and missing him when she called. Lee believes he is coming across as guilty. She sounds insane, according to Jack. Poppy raises her hands in the air. Jack isn't the father of Luna. Jack maintains that they have only ever hugged. Lee doesn't give a damn about what they say. Whether they like it or not, they will eventually learn the truth. She then fastens a pair of rubber gloves. Poppy Jack B&B. Luna tells Bill at his house that she is haunted by what she did every single moment of the day. It's as if she's watching a movie as she keeps repeating it over in her mind. It's someone else, not her. She doesn't even recognize this whole monster. She accepts full responsibility. Bill believes that her early trauma was a major factor. Luna can't understand why she felt the urge to harm so many people, but she needed to feel safe and protected. If she could, she would take it back. That's how she truly feels, Bill hopes. Luna is adamant that she does. Bill assures her that he does notice a change in her. Luna tells him that she wishes he were her father even more because of his generosity. Jack informs his ex-wife that he is leaving right now at Lee's office. She takes hold of his arm. Not so fast. She is impatient. Jack, have a seat. She tells him to roll up his sleeve and sit on the chair so that they can finally get to the bottom of this. She pinches him twice and draws his blood, to which he responds, "This is absurd." Poppy protests that she is completely mistaken. Holding up Luna's blood, Lee asserts that she has a greater right than anybody else to know who her father is. She will soon find out whether Jack is Luna's biological father after completing a paternity test. Poppy appears to be in a panic. Lee inserts a needle into Jack to draw his blood and establish Luna's paternity after being accused of going insane. Liam believes Bill needs catharsis. Steffi and Finn talk about his father's affairs, and Jack tells Lee she sounds crazy on today's episode of Bold and the Beautiful. Recap of Tuesday's B&B. Lee made startling accusations against Jack and Poppy, while Liam asked Bill a perplexing question regarding Luna. Steffi asks Finn at the Cliff House if he thinks his parents could reconcile. Steffi inquires about parents' B&B with Finn. He doesn't think his mother would ever pardon his father. They discuss Ridge's several affairs with Brooke. Although Steffi is aware that things weren't perfect, her parents were happy with the outcome. Finn considers B&B. Finn has a special place in his heart for his mother. Steffi inquires as to whether Jack has extramarital encounters outside of Sheila. Final thoughts on B&B affairs. Lee tells Jack and her sister in her office that she has been aware of the truth about them for years and that she is not a fool. She demands to know if Jack is Luna's father and accuses him of gaslighting her when he objects. Jack is gaslighting B&B, according to Luna. She keeps accusing him of having a love child with her sister, but he keeps denying it. Jack gives an eye roll. Truth-seeking Poppy Luna B&B. They reiterate that they never made physical contact. Jack is enjoying Lee B&B. Lee keeps painting an image of them having an affair when alone at home with Finn. She's talking nuts, Jack says. Lee continues to accuse Jack B&B. According to the doctor, they will learn the truth today. He finds it unbelievable that she genuinely thinks he is Luna's father. Instead of softening toward him as he had hoped, she ambushed him and is now acting irrationally. Lee claims that all they say is pointless as they carry on with their protests. Whether they like it or not, she is committed to discovering the truth. No B&B, Jack. Poppy keeps insisting. To get to the bottom of this, Lee pulls out the medical equipment and tells Jack to sit down. Lee promises to reach the basement B&B. Before drawing his blood, she stabs him with a needle after rolling up his sleeve. Jack yowls B&B. Poppy notes that Luna didn't agree to this while waving about her blood. Protesting Lee blood plan B&B, Poppy. Lee is adamant that she is doing this for Luna and will eventually discover whether Jack is indeed Luna's father. Poppy gnaws on her fingernails. B&B Poppy nail biter. Luna overhears Liam worrying about his father's lack of personality at Bill's. It's strange that he locked the door and isolated himself. What a Howard Hughes thing. Luna listening in on more B&B. Liam believes that all of this is related to what transpired with Luna and Poppy. Bill claims that Will has also been asking similar questions, but he reassures his son that they shouldn't be concerned. Liam believes his dad is becoming more like Howard Hughes B&B. He expresses gratitude to him for his help. He's gone through a lot, as his son is aware. Is losing Luna at stake here? Bill hears Liam B&B. According to his son, Bill still appears wounded by what happened, but he claims he's working to move past the pessimistic thoughts. Luna was embraced as if she were a daughter, and her enthusiasm remains. His father reiterates that he is in control of everything. Liam believes he needs to get closure and be kind to himself. Bill informs Liam that B&B is fine. Perhaps he ought to pay Luna a visit in prison? Liam repeats everything that happened with Luna until his father intervenes, and Bill doesn't like all the catharsis discussion. Bill talks on Luna's presence at B&B. Liam continues to believe that in order to find closure, he must meet her in person. Bill tells him he's fine and will think about it. When he ushers his son out, he jokes that in order to keep the crazy people out, he should lock the door behind him. Luna tells Bill that she was a little depressed after hearing all of that. Luna is upset with B&B. She expresses to Bill how her actions have tormented her. Even though her early trauma may have contributed to her behavior, she doesn't even acknowledge what a monster she was and accepts blame. Luna feels bad about B&B. She wishes she could take it all back, but she will never be able to forgive herself for hurting so many people. Bill hopes that's how she truly feels. When he says he can tell she's changed, she smiles. She wishes he were her father because of how kind he is. The foundations of several families on The Bold and the Beautiful have already been rocked by the revelation that Jack Finnegan may be Luna Nozawa's father. But the idea that Jack might not be Luna's real father complicates and adds another level of intrigue to the continuing story. The ramifications of Jack not being Luna's father go far beyond a straightforward paternity mistake. They reveal secrets, betrayals, and deeply ingrained motives that have up until now stayed hidden. The stakes are higher than ever since so many lives are involved, and the truth, whatever it is, threatens to spark arguments that could irrevocably change the dynamics between the Forresters, Finnegans, Spencers, and Logans. A pivotal moment in the story occurred when Jack agreed to take a DNA test, particularly in light of his tumultuous relationship with Lee Finnegan. Lee had been suspicious of Luna's abrupt presence and her uncomfortable relationship with Jack for weeks. The test's confirmation of Jack's paternity seemed to support Lee's suspicions and reinforce the notion that Jack's previous transgressions had once again surfaced. What if, however, the confirmation wasn't as conclusive as everyone thought? All parties would be forced to re-examine the circumstances leading up to this point if it were revealed that Jack is not Luna's father, revealing well-crafted lies intended to influence emotions and results. At first, Jack would be relieved to learn that he might not be Luna's father. He would be able to concentrate on mending his connection with Lee and Finn while the burden of responsibility for appending his family dynamic would temporarily subside. However, this relief would soon give way to perplexity and mistrust. Why did Luna feel the need to prove her relationship to him to everyone? What was she truly after if her intentions weren't based on a sincere wish to establish a relationship with her biological father? Jack would start to doubt not just Luna's motives but also the individuals and events that brought her into his life. Lee, however, would face the new information with a mixture of anger and vindication. At first, she thought that Luna was the reincarnation of Jack's betrayal, but the truth would make her face the fact that Luna's presence was a completely new sort of deception. Lee's natural tendency to defend Finn would take over, and she would press Luna for clarification. Her questioning of Luna would expose gaps in the younger woman's account, sowing doubts about her true identity and the reasons behind her initial targeting of the Finnegans. The revelation that Jack is not her father would be terrible for Luna, or at least that is how it would seem. Luna has skillfully portrayed the abandoned daughter, utilizing her purported paternity to gain access to influential family's life. Luna's whole story falls apart if Jack isn't her father, making her open to criticism. However, Luna's sobs and cries for comprehension could just as easily be an additional aspect of her performance. What if Luna had fabricated her narrative as part of a bigger plot and had known all along that Jack wasn't her father? Everyone would be forced to re-evaluate Luna's actual goals and whether her ultimate goal is more sinister than they initially thought after learning about it. In the midst of this turmoil, Finn would have to deal with a tornado of feelings. It would be extremely upsetting for someone who has always looked for consistency and the truth in his relationships to learn that his family has been caught up in a web of deceit. Finn's affection for his birth and adopted parents would clash with his mounting annoyance at their lack of candor. Finn would have to decide who Luna's father is if Jack isn't her father, especially if it meant defending his family from additional danger. Due to his need for closure and his devotion to his family, Finn would go on a quest for answers if he thought that Luna's true parentage might be connected to someone else in their circle. Steffi Forrester's role in the drama would take on new dimensions on the Forrester side. Even Steffi, who has always been there for Finn, would start to doubt her own judgment regarding Luna. Steffi would start to believe that Luna's activities were a part of a planned attempt to infiltrate their life if Jack wasn't Luna's father. Steffi's protective instinct would force her to use her resources and contacts to learn more about Luna's past. Steffi might discover shocking information about Luna's background, her driving forces, and her actual goals as a result of her study. Liam Spencer, meanwhile, would take advantage of the chance to learn more about Luna's past. Liam would see the new information as confirmation of his suspicions that something was wrong. His curiosity would take him down a rabbit hole of links and hints, eventually revealing details that would reveal Luna's real ancestry. Liam's resolve to find the truth, however, would conflict with Bill Spencer, who may have his own motivations for wishing to conceal some information regarding Luna's past. As Liam's unrelenting quest for the truth clashed with Bill's usual reticence, the tension between father and son would grow. Taylor Hayes and Brooke Logan, who have both been supporting characters in the drama but are accustomed to handling family crises, would also be affected by the revelation. Taylor's sympathetic disposition would entice her to comprehend Luna's intentions, while Brooke's keen intuition and ability to establish connections would make her an invaluable ally in revealing Luna's secrets. In a rare instance of solidarity, the two women, who are frequently at odds, may find themselves cooperating because they both want to keep their family safe. The question of Luna's endgame looms big as the hunt for her real parents heats up. Why did she attack Jack if he isn't her father? Is it possible that Luna is linked to someone else in the Finnegan or Forrester circles and is using her made-up narrative to have access to their resources and power? Or is she a part of a bigger plot, hatched by an unknown person with a personal agenda? The characters are getting closer to discovering the truth with every new revelation, and the options are unlimited. In the end, the consequences of learning that Jack is not Luna's father would make each character face their own realities and the falsehoods they have tolerated throughout their lives. It would require Jack to face his history and figure out how to win back his family's trust. It would entail Lee taking back her protective position and making sure Finn is protected from more deceit. Even if his family's foundations are being rocked, Finn would have to find courage in his own principles and forge ahead. Additionally, Luna would have to deal with the fallout from her deeds, whether they were exposure, atonement, or something else entirely. The discovery that Jack is not Luna's father would not be an exception to the rule that lies and secrets are the currency of drama in the world of the bold and the beautiful. It would reveal hidden agendas, untangle a complicated web of relationships, and pave the way for future alliances and disputes. The story will be as intriguing and unpredictable as ever because, even though the truth may free certain individuals, it will surely bind others in ways they never expected. When Jack reluctantly submits to a paternity test, Finnegan's life takes a drastic turn as his family drama escalates and long-kept secrets come to light. Rumors about Luna's relationship to the Finnegan family have been rife for months, and Finn's relentless search for the truth eventually pays off. Jack does not make the decision to take the paternity test lightly, rather, it is the result of increasing pressure from Finn, Lee, and even Luna, whose motivations are still unknown. The results of the test have repercussions for the entire family and might either confirm or reveal Jack's most closely held secrets. Between his desire for family stability and his need to keep his loved ones safe, Finn is both optimistic and concerned by the findings. His heart struggles with the possible outcomes, but his medical instincts push him to make sure the procedure is comprehensive. In addition to validating Luna's allegations, a positive test result proving Jack is Luna's father would further sour Finn's already tense connections. However, a bad outcome would produce disruption of its own, raising doubts about Luna's motivations and leaving the Finnegans to wonder why she singled them out in the first place. For Jack, the paternity test is a chance for atonement as well as a time of reckoning. He is acutely conscious of how his family has been shattered by his previous transgressions, especially his adultery. Jack is forced to face his own shortcomings as a husband and father while preparing for the potential for further repercussions after giving in to the pressure. But in spite of his discomfort, Jack longs for clarity, which he sorely needs to heal his broken relationship with Finn and Lee. Finn's relationship with Lee deteriorates as he waits for the results. Finn's increasing need to know the truth, even if it hurts, clashes with Lee's steadfast mistrust of Luna and her intense protectiveness of him. Lee's mistrust of Jack makes things much more difficult because she worries the exam may reveal additional lies from her divorced husband. An emotional split develops between mother and son as her instincts to protect Finn clash with Finn's will to seek transparency. Luna, meantime, observes from the sidelines, her composed expression concealing the barrage of inquiries all around her. Her intentions are still unclear. Is she acting out of a genuine desire to establish a relationship with her father, or is there another purpose at work? Luna's reserved response to the upcoming outcomes casts more doubt on her sincerity.